Welcome back to another episode of Look What Jess Found. Today is episode 316, and I'm finally done with those groups of pennies that were on my desk. And it's okay that I do that, but I can't have multiple projects going on. I'm the type of person that I like to multitask. Um, but of course, that could also be my Achilles heel sometimes because I multitask to the point where I have a mess. So what I did was I went back to the bag. I have the bags up here that have the candy cane striped penny rolls that tend to be all copper, and inside that bag, right? Because it's the bag from the bank of that day, right? And I got a bunch of these all copper penny rolls. Well, this roll, which I've been staring at for quite some time, is also in the bag, and I'm super curious to see what's in there, to see if this is similar to the let me give it the smell test. Maybe a little basementy. What's the look at that. Look at that beauty. So of course this is the last penny we're gonna do, because it comes out first. You grab the end here. See if I can loosen them up. It's a little tight. Look, yeah. Jeez, man, it's a little tight. Let me show you. See, when they're tight like this, they're gonna come out all over the place. All right, yeah. All right, not too bad. All right. Let me tell you, this is either all copper or very close to all copper. I can tell. I'm looking at it on the side. This is ridiculous. So I'm wondering if this is. I'm gonna assume that. All right. I try not to get super excited. You know what I mean? It's just look. I don't want to look immature by getting super excited over a penny roll. But I know most of you out there will never find a penny roll that's all copper. This one might not be also. We'll find out by the end of the video, obviously. But there are some of the rolls in this bag are all copper, and that's just super duper rare. I've had people tell me that they've never found an all copper penny roll from the customer wrap penny roll from the bank, and this one has a different wrapper. So look at this, man. All right, let me go a little closer. That's a beauty. Oh, wait, I didn't check for the floating roof. Not really. Man. Yeah, I mean, they do get me excited. See the S up there. That's an interesting rim dent. It has a little line on it. I've never seen that before. A little edge. Usually it goes straight through the rim. Interesting. Another 69D. Okay. So that's two 69Ds in a row. Look at this, man. That's three coppers. Oh boy. Now, this is the thing, right? You can buy all copper penny rolls from people, whatever, Macari, eBay. And The problem, so for this is, first of all, there's several. It's not a problem, okay? When I say problem, I don't mean problem in that sense. I'm gonna look at that date under the loop. Let me see. It does look like there's some spreading in some of the in part of the model, the R and trust, the N and N, the N and N, if you can see it, the R and trust, if you can see it, several places. I'll put it to the side. And the problem is, the biggest problem, obviously, is that most likely it's searched, right? So you're not getting, when they say truly unsearched, it's a lie, okay? That's number one. Believe it or not, the ones that are most likely unsearched online are the ones that don't say unsearched. Meaning, if you look at their feedback and you look at their, oh, look at this. Is this copper? It looks like copper. Oh, wow. Talk about interesting. Whoa. Wow, we go from nothing to this? I don't know what this is, man. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this before. Well, as long as we have this up, the problem is that you'll never find something like this in those penny rolls, right? Because this has value. This is worth, if first of all, if this is a legit error, it could be worth whatever, $50, $60, right? Hundreds of dollars, especially if it's a known and identifiable type of error. Just by the way it looks, so I know someone's going to pay $10 to $20 for it easy, just by the image. But if it's an identifiable error, it's 50 to 100 to hundreds of dollars. So you're never going to find something. You're never going to have that wowee feeling like I just had right now. And that's one of the problems. One of the many problems with buying coins on eBay or Mercari or Etsy or wherever. That they are searched. They're not putting. No one's going to put a $20 penny into a 50-cent penny roll. It's not going to happen. Okay, so that's number one. Look at the beauty. This is such a beautiful penny. So being searched means more than just them taking out the valuable ones. You'll get the feeling that it's searched after a while. There'll be all the pennies will be in similar types of conditions, and you'll just get after you do 60D. Look at that. Oh, you can see after you do 10, 20 pennies out of a penny roll. If they're all super generic and looking the same, you're gonna get that feeling. Like you got someone's garbage. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. Now, again, there's a good chance 60D. I don't know what the I don't know if the D. so it's the 60D that comes in a small and large date. I keep forgetting that it's not the right. Let me see. 1960. No. It's the 1960. Yes, it's the 1960 D that comes in the small and large date. I don't know if the 1960. I think the regular 60 does also. If I'm correct, look at the O. I have my little pointer here. Let's see, I'll go a little closer. Let's see the spreading or deteriorated die or machine doubling. It's hard to tell, and that's one of the reasons why you use a website to see if they have identified the specific mark that you're looking at. You can see it all over, but you can see it in the 9, the 1, probably in the 6, and there's a bunch of notching. So I'll put this on the side. Oh, if I had to say if it's a small, large date, uh, huh, I'm gonna say it looks like a small date to me. Or even the 9, the bottom of the 9, the tip of the 9, you can see spreading or notching or doubling. So, oh, look at this. Oh man, if we would have picked it up on the reverse, I would have held it to the end. A 55. Let's see if I look at the notching on this, man. The spreading from this distance, you can see it. I wish it was a good double die, a true double die, a true double die. All right, so we've already established the fact that there is something called a true double die. Okay, so if you go to NGC and you go to their definitions of double dies, they right on the top it says true double die, and then it goes into um, other types of doubling, whatever that is. I don't remember that. All I do remember, and I will never forget, is that there is something called the true double die, and it's when you see very specific. You see the whatever the element is, you see two of them. Not a notch, not a spread, and it is called a true double die. Um, and this is one of the reasons why you have to do extensive research for yourself, so that way you could be educated on the different terminology. But so this would not be a true double die, right? But there does look to be spreading, or it could be re-hit, because you can see right there by the 5 on both of them. You can see the 5 on both of them. You can see that line or that lip right there. The problem is it identified as a double die, right? Either through spreading, notching, um, separation, thickness, whatever the case may be. You really want to find someone who's identified exactly what you have. And then, of course, if you can find the maker's marks, that's an extra piece of identification for the type of error. All right, so we got that. So that's another one. So we're probably going to have an extra video. And these are pretty wild pennies. So I'll probably, and since I already have 3, I'm probably going to have a look at this. Wow, man. Bam, 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 bam. What an absolute stunner. Yeah, so these pennies like this, I put into my, I have an MS tube. They go into my tube because the sides are naturally very clean. So that's the other thing with buying something off of the internet, is that I think I showed in one of my previous videos a roll that I bought, and the person sent me. Oh, so there's 2 things here. One is that you might get sent, right, because they might think you're stupid, so they're going to send you. How do you know the pennies that you are looking at are not the pennies that they're sending you? I mean, you really have to have a pretty keen eye and know what you're doing, or you're not going to know that the pennies they sent you are not the pennies in the pictures. But I did notice that the sides of the pennies were very clean, in the pictures, and the ones they sent me were dark, and there were a couple mint marks on the ones. So the person started lying to me about what it was obvious lies, what they were saying to me, because they made no sense. What he was saying, he didn't know that he got caught. And the other thing is that the pennies that you get might be cleaned. So, for example, this penny here this is from a truly unsearched customer wrap penny roll. And this is as good as it gets, man. This is beautiful. It's like the day it was made almost. Um, but someone might take a penny like this and clean it per se, and unless you know how to identify a clean penny, you know, I mean, you, now you're stuck with a clean penny, you know, and even if you got it for cheap, what are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? You're going to sell it, you know. Look at all the different, you can see it looks like separation lines. But again, the only thing you could do with something like this is to look, you see it in the teeth, see it all over the place, the eye. But if someone doesn't identify those specific marks as being a double die, then what I would say it's probably machine doubling. But that's the fourth one for research. And that's going to be, like I said, that's going to be for our next episode, because it's just it's too much, it's too long. I think there are people who do like the research videos, um, and it's an important skill. It is an important skill, especially if you ever plan on making $1 off of this. If you don't know how to identify, not that clean on the side. Still very nice. Let me see. It is pretty clean on the side. It has you can tell it has a collar error. It's pretty. Maybe I'll put it down here because I won't even be able to identify it. I'll have to do something different for our shorts today. Oh wow. So you just want to be careful, you know. I mean, honestly, I would just steer clear. I Now you might say, "Oh, then why did I buy them in the past?" I bought them kind of as a test, you know, to wow, to see what they were going to send. All types of. First of all, the color on this is absolutely amazing. That's the way. This reminds me of like a bronze bust, a bronze statue. I'll put it to the side. That's absolutely amazing color. What a beauty. And and like I said, I'll do it every once in a while, kind of to test the water, test the market. And I have to tell you, I'm disappointed every single time. Every single time. Um, Somebody is out there trying to scam, not me personally, but they're just scam artists in general. And oh, I wonder if this is, well, I could feel the strike on this. I could really feel the edge is so high. I wonder if this was double struck. It's so damaged looking. It's not even worth it. But look at the reverse. I wonder if this was a proof or a special strike. I could feel how high the lip is, or how it's just so pronounced. But I don't like the way it looks. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm not into it. I'll put that into the fine category. The fine rolls. Misaligned die, both sides. Wire rim. I'll put that into the AU category. Wrappers. Always got to check. For some reason, those 62s, you got to check them, right? I could see it just from this distance. I could see the notching, spreading, separation right there. Well, it's not separation. I don't think it's separation. I think is when you can see it on the field, right? And you can see it separates from the initial strike. So I think I'm using the term separation incorrectly, but um, you know, that might be either spreading or a pivot, meaning that it was turned slightly when the double die was created. That's my understanding of it. Okay, that's another one for research. We got to look at that too. That too could be 59, a horrible looking one. Uh, could be cleaned. I mean, something like this you can clean for yourself, because if not, you're just gonna, chuck it someplace. I'm not even gonna bother cleaning it up. I'll throw that into the heavily circulated penny rolls. So far we have all copper. In case someone's not keeping track, we have not found a uh, a zinc cent yet. Post mint damage, most likely. Interesting. Now that's a nice 59. Look at that 5. Let me look at that under the loop. No, it's dirt. It's dirt. Probably deteriorated dye on the front. So I mean, so basically, getting rolls from people who are scammers, it's going to take all the fun out of it. I would rather go through um, Federal Reserve, all zinc, shield, uh, penny rolls than go through one that has been searched. It's just, it's not what we're here for. You know what I mean? Um, takes the fun out of it, right? I mean, you're finding something that somebody else discarded, and you know you're you're almost paying them homage. Like, hey, look, you discarded this, and I took it, and I found something good in it, and I'm going to put it to a better use. Um, and to me, that's super cool. Wow, look at this. Now, It's just very, you could feel it on the edge. What a beauty. A 75. Wow. This one's probably worth cleaning. Those little spots totally destroy the value of it. Now, when I say cleaning, what I really mean is conservation. So don't get it twisted. You know, don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about taking copper cleaner. Like for something like this, I want to see if a little bit of maybe even soap and water, which would probably do no damage to it. I guess maybe depending on the soap to see if that stuff will lift. So this penny is such nice condition. I probably will end up uh, cleaning it because those marks really take away from it. And again, I don't recommend. People always ask me, "What do you use to clean? What do you use to clean?" I can't tell you what I can't recommend cleaning. You have to understand. Um, but with that said, what I use to clean is turpentine. Turpentine mineral. What I use is mineral spirits, odorless mineral spirits, which are not odorless at all. They are super duper strong, and if you do it inside of a unventilated room, you can get sick. Maybe even worse. I do it outside, and I use very little bit, and I'm super safe. Gloves, goggles, the whole 9 yards. So that's why I don't do that, because I don't trust people to follow those steps. So I don't. That's why I don't give instruction videos on how to clean. Other people do, and there's plenty of them online to find. I have to look at this under the loop. That date looks interesting. Could be some grease. Could be an interesting strike or something. Let me see the edge. Edge is pretty nice. I'll probably put that into my BU roll. Yeah, you can see the crimp roll, and it goes right through the letter T and through the 4. So it already has post mint damage. Um, it's a nice looking penny, but not worth investigating because of that's the crimp roll damage. The machine created that. I'll probably put this into the still put into the BU roll. It's a nice looking penny. So again, in my opinion, the way to go is just to go to the bank and ask if they have any customer wrap penny rolls. That's it. Other people use Loomis, other people order from Brinks, and that's fine. That's what they do. They have good results on it. You might get good results on it too. Um, it's much more expensive to order the pennies, obviously. You have to have an account. There's a whole, pennies are super heavy. What does it cost to deliver? I mean, you could join these online forums, and sometimes people will sell you some of the pennies from. But again, you're back to square one with trusting that someone hasn't searched it. Um, and online and a forum is even worse because this you can't really ask for your money back, and they could just block you if you're going to start complaining. eBay, at least you can say, "Hey, man, this is not as described," and you can send it back. The 4 is notched. This is so much corrosion on this, and so is the motto. It's either notched or spread or separated, but there's some corrosion up there that kind of kills it. Maybe I'll check this one out too, though. So that's 6 now we have for yeah, but it will be, this will be for tomorrow's video. Oh, what a beauty. What an absolute stunner. Look, nice misaligned die, north to south or northeast, southwest. You see how flat the it's a deteriorated collar. You see how flat it is? You see how flat the rim is over here? That's because the collar has been worn down, so it's making it flat, and you could. That's must be the reason why you got the misaligned die. So how about the reverse? No. And look at the surface. What an interesting texture to the surface on both sides. Let me look at that. It almost looks cleaned. That's what it looks like when someone cleans a penny. By the way, you'll see all these little micro lines. But for some reason, I doubt this one is cleaned. It looks cleaned. I'll be honest with you, but I just can't see this being a clean penny. Very interesting, though. I will put it to the side. Another 69. Now, this one has the floating roof. $69D. I don't hold on to those anymore. The floating roof. Look at this one. 74. Super duper corrosion, huh? Oh, that's beautiful. That's, look, it's coming off. Right? Yeah. I don't even want to put that with the other pennies. So again, so if you ask me what I recommend, I recommend just going to the bank. You know, getting everything that you can afford that they have. You know, if they have $100, let me look at this under the loop. Whatever you could do, you know, and just get them saved up. That 7 is extra thick. You know, I got to be honest with you. This is the first time I think I've ever found a penny that I can actually say I think has extra thickness. I mean, really the very first time I might have said in the past, oh, that one looks like it might be extra thick. Let me make sure it's not smashed. No, it doesn't. It does not look like post-mint damage to me. Oh man, the one has a notch. Oh, this is such a good one. Oh, look at that. I can see it all over the place, all the little markers. So to me, the 7 looks extra thick. I've never seen a penny like this that truly looks extra thick. I've never seen that before. And there's a little notch on the top of the 1. Top of the 1. The 9, even the 9 looks kind of extra thick on the bottom loop. And I see some notching and spreading in the model also. Very cool. So this will be another one that we're going to have to look at that. That is, I've never seen that before. And look how it's thick and notched. or has an interesting shape. If you want to use, if I'm using the wrong terminology, excuse me. Um, Misaligned die, nice and red. I put that into the AUs. Look at this beauty. Can't help myself. Wow. That's something else. Look how shiny the edge is in some parts. That's unbelievable. That's 4 mint state pennies so far that we have for the tube. What a great penny roll hunt this was. And again, I would have to say that this is, it's all so far all copper. Look how yellow this penny is on the revert. It's on the revert. Is it on the both sides? Let me see. Not really. It's mostly on the reverse. And that's a lamination error, right? Too much tin probably settled to the bottom of the sheet metal. And that's why it looks so yellow. You want to look at it? Here, I'll show you. I'll put it next to a different reverse, just so you can see the difference in color. All right, so this looks like copper, and the other one looks like brass. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes these all copper penny rolls, I end up putting into. I end up doing a part 1 and part 2 because look how long they take. No, that's just dirt there. I wasn't sure if it was a strike through, but it's not. It's a nice penny. I'll put it with the AUs. Got another 62. Look at that. The 62, you can see it. I guess it must be a very common. This one looks nicer than the other one. That's really, really nice. I might have to put. Let me see. Oh yeah, this one's nicer than the other one. I mean, the 2 is. I'm saying the rest of the elements. Oh, they're not that bad either. There looks like there's some separation in the model. But let me see if I can find the other 62 on my desk. All right, there it goes. And I'm gonna put this one with that one, so that way I don't have to look at the 62s twice. Any other letters, numbers that are doubled? No, I should put them in order. So we got a 65, a 60, a 61, 62, 67, 64. I should put them in chronological order. Yeah, but one thing I've never found a true double die. One of those $1,000 pennies where you see um, the date, the motto, the Liberty doubled. I've never found one of those yet. That will be something. I think one day we will find one. That's what I think anyway. I'm keeping hope alive. I'll put this into the BU roll. Okay, so this was an all copper penny roll. Super duper rare. All 50 or whatever amount of pennies were in there are copper. And I hope you enjoyed it. It was a this was an awesome video. Um, Thank you for clicking, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one.